Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud.
Sunny Hostin is in serious trouble. We're talking federal lawsuits, fraud allegations, and even police allegedly finding hidden millions in her home. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of running one of the biggest insurance scams in recent history: fake surgeries, kickbacks, and shady medical billing. But here's the real shocker. Sunny herself might be more involved than she wants us to believe. How did a former federal prosecutor, someone who built her career on fighting crime, end up at the center of a massive legal scandal? And could she actually face criminal charges? Sunny Hostin's world is falling apart, and it all started with one massive lawsuit.
A lawsuit.
Average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say.
Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of running a fraudulent medical operation, one that could go down as one of the biggest insurance scams in New York history. The lawsuit, filed by American Transit Insurance, alleges that Hostin and nearly 200 other defendants engaged in kickbacks, fake medical procedures, and bogus insurance claims for years. And here's where it gets really bad. This isn't just a minor legal dispute. The case was filed under RICO laws, which means it's being treated like an organized crime operation, similar to how prosecutors went after the mafia. And under RICO, damages can be tripled, meaning this lawsuit could explode into billions of dollars in penalties. But the real twist?
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a lawsuit.
Sunny Hostin's name is now being dragged into the scandal. At first, it seemed like this was just about her husband. But now, legal experts are starting to question whether Sunny had any knowledge or involvement in the alleged fraud. And if investigators connect the dots, this could spiral into a full-blown criminal case, one that could completely destroy her career. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, reports are surfacing about a police raid and hidden millions. If true, this scandal is about to take a devastating turn. Let's get into it.
She didn't really know what was going on, right? Which is what she. Oh, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is, but I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
At first, Sunny Hostin tried to distance herself from the scandal, acting like she had no idea what her husband was doing. But now, more and more questions are popping up. Questions that could put her in serious legal trouble. According to rumors and legal reports, Sunny may have played a role in covering up the fraudulent activities. Some sources claim she helped funnel money through shell companies, making it harder for investigators to trace the funds. Others say she used her legal expertise to find loopholes that kept her husband's alleged crimes under the radar. And here's where things get even more ironic. Before joining The View, Sunny was a federal prosecutor. She literally spent years fighting fraud and corruption, yet now she's accused of protecting it in her own household. This is where the contradictions start piling up. On The View, Sunny has always attacked public figures for shady financial dealings. She's constantly preached about accountability and transparency.
Denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer. Quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket scat.
Ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the scamming insurance companies, from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, performing unnecessary surgeries and fraudulent medical services.
But if these accusations are true, then she's been doing the exact same thing behind closed doors. And let's be honest, how could someone who's so outspoken about justice not notice millions of dollars in suspicious transactions? If she really didn't know, then maybe she's not as smart as she claims to be. And if she did know, then she could be in way deeper trouble than anyone thought. But things are about to get even crazier, because reports say police raided Sunny's home and found hidden cash. If that's true, this scandal just went from bad to catastrophic. Let's break down what happened. Just when you thought this scandal couldn't get any worse, reports surfaced that police raided Sunny Hostin's home and allegedly found stacks of hidden cash. Now, let's be clear, these are still developing reports, but if true, this could be the final nail in the coffin for Sunny and her husband. Think about it. Why would a respected doctor and a TV personality need millions in cash stashed away? If the money was earned legally, why hide it? Investigators are now asking the same questions, and the answers could lead to serious legal consequences. Here's where it gets really bad. This money could be directly linked to the fraud case. If Dr. Emmanuel Hostin was submitting bogus medical claims, cashing in on unnecessary surgeries, and scamming insurance companies, then investigators will be looking at this hidden money as evidence of illegal profits. And guess what? If Sunny knew about the money and helped conceal it, that could put her right in the middle of a criminal conspiracy. That's no longer just a lawsuit, that's potential jail time. The optics here are terrible. One minute, she's on The View lecturing people about justice and fairness. The next minute, she's allegedly sitting on stacks of dirty money.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system, and rates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue, like my husband, health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been.
But this isn't just about legal trouble. This is also about hypocrisy. Because the way The View and the media are handling this story, it's completely different from how they treat other scandals. Let's talk about the double standards. Here's where this whole situation gets even more infuriating. The double standards from The View and the media are on full display. Sunny Hostin has spent years calling out politicians, celebrities, and business leaders for alleged corruption. She's relentless when it comes to demanding accountability from people in power. But now that she and her husband are under investigation, suddenly she's quiet. Suddenly, we're supposed to believe these are just baseless accusations. Let's compare this to other scandals. When conservatives or people she doesn't like get accused of crimes, Sunny piles on instantly. No presumption of innocence, no waiting for the facts. She acts like she's the judge, jury, and executioner. But when she's the one in the hot seat, we're supposed to give her the benefit of the doubt? It's the same with The View as a whole. If this were someone like Melania Trump, Elon Musk, or even a random right-wing commentator, the hosts would be tearing them apart on national TV. But because it's one of their own, they're treating it like it's not a big deal. And let's not forget, the media isn't covering the story the way they should. If Sunny were a conservative, this scandal would be front-page news every single day. But because she's part of the mainstream media bubble, they're downplaying it, acting like it's just another lawsuit. Well, guess what? It's not just another lawsuit. If the allegations are true, Sunny and her husband are facing serious criminal consequences. And The View can't protect her forever. So what happens next? Could this be the end of Sunny's career? Let's talk about the fallout. So what happens now? Could this scandal be the end of Sunny Hostin's career? Right now, things are not looking good for her or her husband. Dr. Emmanuel Hostin is facing a massive lawsuit that could cost billions, and if prosecutors decide to file criminal charges, he could even face prison time. But Sunny? She's in just as much trouble. If investigators find any evidence that she helped cover up the fraud, whether it's moving money, setting up shell companies, or even just knowing about the crimes and staying silent, she could be facing serious legal consequences too. And even if she avoids criminal charges, her career might not survive this. People are already calling for her to step down from The View, saying she's completely lost credibility. How can she sit there and lecture others about morality and corruption when she's caught up in a massive fraud scandal? The bigger question is, will The View actually hold her accountable? Or will they just pretend this never happened? Because if this were anyone else, they'd be calling for blood. Either way, the damage has been done. Sunny Hostin built her career on calling out corruption, and now she might be the biggest hypocrite of them all. So what do you think? Should she resign? Could she actually face charges? Let me know in the comments, and if you want the real truth about stories the media tries to hide, subscribe for more.